This is about the police attempted theft robbery here in Slovenia again, when the two mixers were even sold. The 2 out of 3 mixers were sold brand new as broken, based on promising Robert Golob. Therefore, Milan Kuchon have made in my face inside of our house. That's what this is about. This is about the sale of the brand new mixers, in which the 2 stores, one is Hofer and another one is Merkur company, both were directly involved in it, together with the politicians, Chinese politicians and other politicians, Illuminatis, literally. This is about the sale that traces just about at the time when I was thrown into the psychiatric hospital Ljubljana Polje in 2012, when I was sure I was dead, buried alive. Politician Robert Golob appeared inside of our house together with a Chinese delegation, and were discussing the issues of importing mixers to the Slovenian market. And it was exactly this type of mixer with the name Iskra, which used to be Slovenian company, the name Iskra, that they were discussing. And it became clear that Chinese mixers are nowhere near as high quality as mixers that you would buy from the well-known brands. In fact, they advertised, and they, I believe, advertise fake power watts pertaining to these gadgets. It was established that they are not really any good. But this is about something completely different. This is about a lot of torture inside of the companies I endured where I purchased this mixer, but this was with every company, with every store in the city of the Novo Mesto, of which Mercator and Merkur were the most violent, and then basically attempting to sell me broken mixers. 2 broken mixers out of 3 brand new mixers, ladies and gentlemen. That's what this is all about. This is a video recording from the register located at Merkur store in the city of the Novo Mesto. What can I say? This is a mixer worth 30 euros, which was sold as completely broken, just as is recorded on audio recorder. There's the audio recording below. Employees of this company, Merkur, have established this to be sold brand new and broken. Sold as brand new and broken. There is a return right there. That's one.
Ne.
A tu je-
Ne, vi boste
tu je-
dolgo sam denar.
Aha,
Ne rabite nič tega.
Je. Bom pa samo takole skeniral. Kaj bi meni lahko kopije tega napravite?
Kaj, računa?
Je. Bi se dalo morda narediti to?
Kaj pa boste z računom, če te denar dobi nazaj?
Zaradi tega, ker tule je samo za dokaz v bistvu te transakcije, samo za to bi nosil. Če bi se dalo morda kopijo dobiti, to bi bilo super. This was sold as a brand new mixer just a day earlier. What is there to say? Just a day earlier, this was sold as a completely brand new mixer on July the 23rd, 2025. All the employees I interacted with in the entire store were involved in torture. These people made sure that they would present a theft, a robbery, as a favor in the future. Literally have recorded itself during torture. You don't actually understand this stuff. They presented the future robbery. They presented the future robbery through the favor. That's the way it was. Literally at the cashier, video recording themselves, my returning the gadget back during MK Ultra, and presented this issue on behalf of police. Is a favor to police. Is a favor to me. That's what this is about. Because of the torture, the store was involved with employees, because police needed to prove that they were actually helping me out with vandalizing, theft, robberies. These employees actually believe that I am not going to mention what you have heard right now. There is an audio recording about this transaction in the Slovenian language available. That's right, brand new, sold as broken, 30 euros, right there. All right, so this is I did some return here at Mercur, a mixer, which was a 30 euro mixer. It was everything involved in MK Ultra was the mixer that was sold to me broken literally by this. They tried to sell one by this company, Milan Kuchani's company. This is where Mount Everest of torture went inside since this store was open. All the Mercur, especially the one in Ljubljana, it was nothing other than torture. The same shit like Mercator, Slovenian Mercator. They also tried to screw me up with a Hofer mixer, and it also went back. They recognized at Mercur mixer as broken. So that was a good thing. The police station is located right behind this company. The worker upstairs immediately acknowledged mixer as damaged, broken, factory broken, and even the lady up front where I got the money from, actually where I requested the money return and repair service. Basically this was sold new, dysfunctional. She could feel the heat of the machine, of the mixer. That mixer was broken, sold as broken. Police station is right behind this here. It's a gas station, and on the other side is a police station. And these are the mixers, of which one I have used today, just so that I observed. I don't know where the other one is, because I was looking for the other one too. The two of this, like, we took, those are from the Hofer store. It doesn't matter. Mother was involved in this stuff as well. For which it was established at best for the price. There were about 17 euros inside of the Hofer store. Even Antonio Guterres was involved in this stuff, what makes me extremely, extremely miserable, because they attempted to present the issue of vandalization, destruction of my property, extermination procedure like a joke, like a form of assistance. And in fact, this theft here, this is also one of the two mixers that was also damaged, with the employee who was involved from Hofer presented to me corruption, criminality as a form of favor toward me. It's hard to explain this stuff because it's so mentally disturbing. These people destroyed thousands of euros in property, in personal property, and have attempted to use and block me through United Nations. Literally, they implicated in it. From police assistance through the most violent and most primitive methods possible. And they did video record themselves. Talking about the Hofer employees inside of our house also. They brought numerous salespeople. It's not only about the politicians, but all kinds of people that brought inside of the house and have presented these issues, the two mixers, which they would be selling at the same time in the two totally different stores, as a form of favor. In fact, this merchandise was sold exactly based on MK Ultra instructions, which mother took me to the store at Žabje Vas. Gotna Vas, Žabje Vas, whatever you can call that, Hofer store. They did not have exactly based on MK Ultra, as Robert Golob told me, police told me it's going to be the case, unless you will proceed toward Berlin. And I did. Through the bridge in Lochno toward Berlin, and that's what I purchased them. There were 3 pieces, of which one exactly based on police instructions was damaged, and other 2 were good. And the merchandise was positioned in such a way that the 2, a good one and a bad one, were lined up one after another, and the third one, which also was good, was lined up right in the back. So now, for the cost of 30 euros, which mixer we have established needed to be returned back to Merkur store. These were purchased the next day on the 24th. We could purchase 2 of this for the cost of one 30 euro mixer, Iskra mixer. We could end up purchasing 2 of this from Hofer store. And while this here are advertised as, I don't know, they advertise this is this also comes with a 3-year warranty, understand, as a 600 something watt, and the other one with over 1200 watt. It was established during MK Ultra that Chinese mixers that are just sold like this don't actually have actual wattage power, but are fake. This mixer, when I weighted one, this is all made in China. This is all Chinese made. It's just through the Hofer Corporation. It's Chinese companies, Chinese, all this stuff, AliExpress. I cannot say that because I don't know what the costs are for the mailing, for the shipping from China, because this is also a little bit heavy. It's kind of a big, so that makes things different. But like this, it did prove that it was better to purchase this in Slovenia than it would be through the internet. And another issue is that well advertised once Slovenian name Iskra, which I understand have nothing to do with the Iskra, whatever. There's a different name from what I was told, was just really not a good product they were selling here in Slovenia. That product for just 30 euros, which is really cheap, half of the cost of what you would pay for the Bosch or whatever merchandise you would pay, half of the cost. This is a long story that I want to make very short. I did end up returning the mixer, which had loose inside this this thing. It would be like when you would turn on, it would like a ring. Trrr, something was loose inside. And it was exactly based on MK Ultra instructions that it took place. However, it was very unlikely that I ever would find this damage to the mixer. Because based on MK Ultra, Robert Golob promised me like that, and Mother totally complied with creating damage. Mother worked for the police, just as I stated. When we purchased the 2 of these mixers, what Mother did was she took one mixer immediately downstairs and have hidden one, and the other one she took upstairs. But what's really interesting about it is that she took a bad mixer downstairs and a good one she brought upstairs. So when I tested the good mixer first, which was upstairs, it was working immaculate, normally very fine, nice. And I said to her, Mother, how about the second mixer? Where is it? It's downstairs. And I remember the MKUltra scenario, and I went downstairs and I brought it upstairs and I tested out, and it was loose. This thing, sooner than not, also would break, just as the problem was with mixer from Merkur, which had an engine problem. The engine would get overheated. This one had, however, the problem with the blade, because it was something loose inside. Who knows where exactly was it loose? This mixer definitely would break, according to MKUltra instructions, which Robert Golov gave me promise. He said, one mixer is going to be good. This is the one you're going to have upstairs. And it's going to work very, very long time. Then one time, we're going to either do something to one, or what's going to happen is it's going to stop working and you're going to go downstairs. He said this is when the case is going to already be finished. And you're going to open up, you're going to have that second mixer just like that one. You're going to start using that one, and that one is going to break to you. And the only thing you're going to be doing is you're going to be laughing about it. And you're going to say, oh, Robert Golov, I remember. This is what Robert Golov told me. However, I did go and I tested the second mixer, found the error, and took the same day on July the 24th back to the store. What's the most impressive about this crime is exactly what I told you about the employees. Police have literally used employees inside of our house and inside of the store. With employee from Hofer, female, who told me, she said to me, if you will tell that this is loose, it will be okay. If you will tell whatever, something else, it will not be okay. Literally like this is how they work. Every crime they did, they video recorded themselves, explaining about the crime. Basically made it look like I would be mentally retarded if I would not find the crime. So this is uber disgusting. Just so that you know how MKUltra operates. The same shit like with assassination attempts. And then good luck to you, man, because you are completely depersonalized, totally alienated from normality, from the humankind, and totally pushed into the crime with which they rule all over the place. I don't have anything else I would say in respect to this shit. I was in a big rush to return these mixers the same day, that therefore the first one was purchased at Merkur Iskra for 30 euros. The day earlier, that was on July the 23rd, and these two were purchased on July the 24th, 2024. I returned both of these on July the 24th, and it was just about going toward, I don't know, 7 o'clock or something like that. And I was afraid they're going to close the store or whatever, in a big hurry just to get that stuff done. But I made sure that I got all the proofs in respect to these mixers. Everything is audio recorded, in other words, sounds, everything easily proven. Acknowledged by the employees how at Merkur how the mixer gets hot and so on and so forth. Fortunate enough I was that I pulled out and I had the employee check it, see it herself, and so on. So this was like super disgusting. Milan Kuchan and Robert Golub had, together with Gregor Golobich, video recorded themselves with me at 3 different stores, playing with exactly this kind of mixers, because they give these people in Slovenia, you know what the product testers are? The product testers are the people that get to test the products before those products are actually released into the certain country, in the certain element. And inside of the European Union, inside of whatever country, the politicians, the inspectors, all they have ability to test the certain products to see how those are going to perform and what is there to expect from those products. For the cost, efficiency, etc., etc., etc.
That's what this shit is all about. That's why I told you 2012, these issues came on a table. That's about 13 years before those issues were released into the market circulation in Slovenia. It was everything, with absolutely everything. It was like this, with the watches, with the socks, with absolutely everything was like this, including cars, fishing rods, you name it. And it was very, very, very easy for them to present me with broken, damaged items, promised me problems. And the only thing they did is 2012, they awarded me the mental illness certificate, paranoid schizophrenic. And that's all there is. That's your word against the words of psychiatrists, police, state prosecutors, even without having any kind of proofs. They believe you might not be labeled as mentally ill yet due to lack of proofs. However, in the future, they would gather these proofs. This is like not really committing the crime, but you can see just how criminal these societies are. I mean, this is about not committing the crime, but claiming that you are mentally ill before having any kind of proof for mental illness. That's what this shit is about. Faking absolutely everything about the person. This is about the Slovenia. This is about the White House, Americans, Central Intelligence Agency, FBI, US Justice Department of State, Ursula von der Leyen, Germans, European Union Commission, European Court for Human Rights in Strasbourg, who was involved in it, United Nations, Antonio Guterres, and all other preceding directors, World Health Organization, people I told you about. This is about a mega crime for which they lack greatly any kind of evidence in respect to my mental illness or crimes. But at the same time, they're exposed. For duration of 53 years, they enforce through forced unemployment. There are forms of mental illness, torture, through the torture, basically through torture, through forced unemployment, and physical, overwhelming physical violence, molestation, practically since my birth almost, since I was 3 months of age. So basically out of 3 new mixers, the 2 mixers sold, all 3 as brand new. The 2 were broken, sold as new, but broken. So that is really, really fucked up. The Iskra mixer went back. That was 30 euros. And instead of that, I took 2 mixers for 17 euros. That's 35 euros for 2 mixers. Tested them out. They're good. They're really new. That's how they work. That's how the police operates. That's what they're doing. It is beyond disgusting. It is super disgusting. Ker v bistvu jaz ne vem, kako imate tukaj, ali vi to boste vi meni ta račun nazaj vrnili, ali kako je to?
Tega le bom lahko vrnil.
Ja, ja? Aha, ok, pol dam jaz to nazaj.
Let me demonstrate you where these stores exactly were located so we can get there. You saw what the model is. That was the model I returned at Mercur. It's a really simple. Both stores are in a close vicinity of Novo Mesto police station. This is the Novo Mesto here, right? You go like this, then this would be all sold in the area of Berlin. To get there, I had to go first through this store here, where based on MK Ultra scenario, every store was involved in this disgusting stuff, molestation stuff. This is just a store that you see right there. They did not have it available, and then exactly based on MK Ultra scenario, I proceeded quite desperately so to get these mixers I'm gonna say almost against luck. I was really lucky to get these mixers toward the Berlin area, which they are not even demonstrating the store here, I see. Why aren't they demonstrating the store? I don't know. Alright, because it's here. Sorry. So that's yet another store right here that you see. So this will be it. And just the day earlier, it was right here that I purchased this 30 € mixer, just as you have seen. The police station is right next door. The police station, how can I say to you? The police station is, let me give you some directions here so that we can actually see what the distance will be to the police station. The police station is located just 150 meters away. That's where they are located at. 150 meters away is where they are located. This store was involved in torture since the day it was open, and not only this store but stores in Ljubljana. This was the most criminal store next to all the Mercator stores. Whatever was Slovenian, this was the most criminal. This made me feel like as if Milan Kučan was the owner of this Slovenian stores. It's like a Slovenian king, truly like a Slovenian king. Here you have your police station, and so that we cut short, we will just continue from the police station instead on this side street here. Right here across the hill you have this store known as a Hofer, where they also sold this so I am doing this. Actually, I don't even know why I'm doing this stuff. It's stupid, the stuff I'm doing. Hell, this is very, very close here. Maybe a kilometer from the police station. Then you have this Hofer store here, exactly the one you see here. There you go. I did return the same day back, therefore July 24, and I did took that third piece that was lined up right behind the bad and good. I don't know. The question is how is it that mother knew which one was bad and which one was good? This is the stuff mother's gonna have to explain yet. She knew absolutely everything about it. Why was mother into these mixers? I will never forget when they discussed this issue in front of me, and I got really angry about it. And my mother suggested mixers. Oh yeah, mixers, and actually applied to a sexual intercourse with a female. Bizarre, disgusting. I will never forget the day it was inside of my room. Whoever they had, they were negotiating this stuff. And with this issue also, my mom approached me inside of the room with whatever politicians who are present to discuss the issue of the mixers. So that I would remember her about the mixers, she suggested that I don't have a kids and so on, and that's the one that she wants to participate in. So this is like super disgusting, truly, truly disgusting. On the 24th, on the 23rd, the day earlier, when I took mother to purchase this mixer, Iskra mixer, it was based on MK Ultra scenario. There was another female. They demonstrated me who also was involved in MK Ultra, and this one is from the store known as young girl, who knows how old is she, but this is what they were looking for. Maybe she was even underage back then. I don't even know what her age is, but they were always looking for the proofs about my mental illness. So what the age of that girl is that demonstrated me the mixer. At the teddy here, I don't know. She is very good looking. Here is the teddy store. The mixer, however, was not strong enough. It was only, I don't know, 400 watt or whatever, or 300 watt or whatever it was. And mother wanted a stronger one. It became apparent that the old mixer that mother had, she's still using one. She still has that old mixer. It's still working fine. So we went out there just to do the stuff, basically, according to MK Ultra scenario, etc., etc., etc. Just out of blue, just to I don't even have the explanation for this stuff. That's what this is. There is more stuff to it. As I stated, they had me in different stores, including in Ljubljana. They played with this kind of Hofer stores. Milan Kuchan gestured me that he cannot do that in Novo Mesto city, but I think that with Robert Golob they have done it also in Novo Mesto. So, no, literally took me inside of the store, demonstrated me the shelves on how it's going to be positioned, play with the sanity, where it's going to be a good one and bad one. They want you to remember the way they fuck you. And this is MK Ultra is not about collection of proofs against targeted individual only, about his mental illness, through the setups, through the organized crime. This is actually about mentally sickening individual, killing individual mentally. That's what this is foremost. Mentally sickening one, and basically gaslighting one, and at the same time collecting the proofs that would grant police the ability to prove that something is wrong with an individual. That's what this is. This is a Mac Daddy of all the crimes. This is a mama and daddy of all the crimes. And diseases. That's MK Ultra. Maybe the best about the girl that I have spoken from a Hofer store, the girl whom I have returned the girl to whom I have returned the mixer from the Hofer store, the same day as I purchased, I returned one. Maybe the best about her is simply a fact that she also flirted with me. She also suggested me a possibility to be. That's 850 meters away from police station. Is this Hofer store here? Suggested that she had to test me, see if I'm gonna be quiet, if I will be silent to her, if I would go extra mile for her. So the police took like a double insurance, literally using a very attractive female to condition me with a silence. So this Andrei Stefanic, the funny man from the Novo Mesto police station, he studied the psychology of psych to see how it can be manipulated, what he can get best, the most out of it through the silence, also through the females. I will never forget the neighbor here where I am from at Krka 1 in the village in Novo Mesto. This was the most talented criminal, was my neighbor. His name is Metod Yerman. He's the most talented criminal. I will never ever forget this. I mentioned you folks about the shoes, that they were using a much smaller size than my size shoes. They did from the beginning. And they, not from the beginning, but from the beginning all the way to the end they did. all the way to the end. Right before completely the end, I got at least somewhat my size of the shoes. You know, ever they had my size of the shoes. The shoes that I wear 46 now, they had a shoes 44, and they fit me. When compared to those other shoes they had, it's impossible to explain. They broke my legs. They destroyed my legs completely. But it wasn't about the shoes only. It became apparent that this garbage, human trash here, that is just one house away from our house. This is our house. Employed as a police officer investigator, this trash here, this garbage here, his name is Metod Yerman. He would get the females that expressed interest in me and demanded from the females, from overseas females, from the USA females, to choose smaller size socks for me, deliberately so to harm my feet. That's a neighbor. That's what you call a neighbor, what a neighbor is. He demanded a smaller size than my socks to my size of the foot, to mutilate my foot as much as possible, veins. That's what this was all about. Ujilje, I don't know how you say that, veins, to cause as much harm, as much damage as possible. It wasn't about the shoes only, and the best part about it was there was a pack of females. If there was a female that I didn't like or whatever, she got to choose a smaller size socks for me. Simply the incredible stuff. Simply the incredible stuff. There was more about this stuff, but there is certain people I don't want to get them in trouble because they already got, and I don't want to get them even in further in trouble. But if this isn't disgusting, then I don't know what it is. Well, we have creatures in this world exactly as I described. This guy here gave me about 1 million death threats during MKUltra. This guy was all about the death threats and violence. This is the guy who sprayed pepper spray in my eyes and stuff like this ongoingly. I told you about this animal here.